month of February, ranging from mega reggae concerts, reggae award ceremonies, and educational symposia on reggae. February is Reggae Month. Reggae Month is February, when Jamaica invites the world to come to Mecca, Reggae Mecca, and come catch the rhythm like no place else on earth, only in Jamaica.
And that's how I made to give him the door. Breathe, I'm delighted. Jano say my passion ignited. Got the music get me excited. I'm coming like a boss.
Who are fans of reggae music, just come out and support Reggae Month. Whatever we're doing, whatever we're keeping, just come out and support us. Because this is Jamaica and this is where reggae is from.
It is Reggae Month. Make sure you come out and celebrate in every Reggae Month event. A Fiwi music, it is massive. It is powerful. Come out and celebrate Reggae Month.
This is Glenn Titus Campbell, and you're watching Reggae Month TV. Yeah!
Reggae Month TV. On air, on cable, online.
It is indeed an honor and pleasure to be in the presence of this Jamaican legend, Leroy Heptones Sibbles.
Greetings, my brother.
So great.
For years.
For years.
Yes, man.
Your contribution
Yeah.
to the development of Jamaican music is monumental,
Sorry.
not just as a vocalist and an arranger, but as an instrumentalist.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, it started when I just say we, because it was the Heptones. You know, me, Barry Llewellyn, and Earl Morgan as the Heptones went to Studio One, and we auditioned and we were accepted, right? Jackie McToo recorded us, you know, at Studio One. He was the one who was doing all the arrangement and stuff. So we released a song called Fatty Fatty. Mm-hmm. Yes, and Fatty Fatty was played on the radio. That were our biggest hit up, you know, back then. You know, that one who broke the Heptones. Played for about 2 weeks, and it was withdrawn. You know, so Jackie McToo used the music, the rhythm track, you know, and did an instrumental.
Right.
You know, on the music of Fatty Fatty.
Fatty Fatty, yes.
Yes, and that was released, and that made him a hit. That made his name, because it went #1. It was called Ram Jam.
Ram Jam.
It was really, so actually the Heptones broke Jackie McToo in a sense. Greetings, each and every one. Ladies, I'm gonna take you on a boat ride. Yeah, yes. Inviting all the ladies. Ladies, make some noise. Say, come with me, my love, to the sea of love. I wanna tell you how much I love you. Yes, listen. Do you remember the time we met? Oh, now, baby, how could I forget? I wanna tell you how much I love you. Yes, now I want you to come with me to the sea, and I'll love. Do you remember the time we much I love you. Yeah. Hey. Are you ready? Say whoa. Say yeah. Still with people. We're having a party tonight. Yes. Where everything will be alright. Hey. So come on, everyone. Yes, come on. It's time that we should have some fun. We got to live some life before we're old. We got to live some life before we're old. Listen. Yes, listen. Say time is short, so hear me, man. Let's live the life the best we can. Don't try to work your soul away. No. Remember, there's another day. Sing. We got to live some life. Yeah. You got to live some life. Yeah. Before we go. Again, we got to live some life. Before we're old. We got to live some life. Lift it up again. Gonna tell my friend, listen. I tell ya, Heptones, I lost my baby, but she's coming back. Yeah, she wrote a letter stating she missed me madly, and if she comes on, I'll have a precious time. Precious time. Yeah. My little honey says her new guy treats her bad. It seemed to me his pretty looks did hypnotize her. All I can say, pretty looks isn't I.
How do you feel when you see so many of the songs that you created years ago still being played on the radio and being used in so many different songs?
I want to tell you, I keep telling a lot of people that I'm not a bass man. I'm the man who created the bass lines that bassmen play, you know, because that's what I was doing. I was in there involved in so many different areas because I was in there arranging harmonies. That even Babandi is one of the greatest songs that I love. When they were singing Babu Babu Ba, that's me and Barry Heptones back there doing harmonies.
Harmonies,
yes, you know. When he said, I'm going home, that's Leroy Sibbles said, got to go back home on the first baby, gotta go. You know, yes, I've gotta go. Woo. You know,
so you were there, you were
creating
there
everything.
with the Heptones,
yes.
But you're there
with everyone in the studio.
And then you're there with
the instrumental.
With instrumental.
but I loved her so. She was too young to fall in love, and I was too young to know. I met her that night, stars that shone so bright, and there we fell in love. But she was too young to fall in love, and I was too young to know. Hey, why you give your heart so bad? It never will ever happen again. No. Lad of 60, I've 80 years since then. And I met her that night, the stars shone so bright, and there we fell in love. She was too young to fall in love, and I was too young to know. Hey. Rocksteady. Yeah, yes. Ah, yes. Yes. Tell me I need you. Try me, and your love will always be true. I need you. Hold me. I want you right here by my side. Hold me, and your love we want to hide. I need you. Won't you stop my heart from crying? Walk with me, talk with me. I want you stop my heart from dying. I need you. Try me. Darling, tell me country boy. Tell you about them country boys. Them too rude. True. Now everything I say, true, yes. Everything I say, country boy. Running up and down, country boy. You go on like you know tongue, and you don't know bag of wire, and you don't know race course. Say you don't know a Pearl Harbor, no even know a light post. Go. True. Everything I say, true, yes. Everything I say, country boy. Shooting up the place, country boy. You with your ratchet in your waist, and you don't know uptown. Say you don't know downtown, and you don't know around town. No even know camper down. Tell them, true. So Jackie Me Too wanted a trio, wanted to put a trio together to work at the Tit for Tat Club. He wanted a bass man. Mm-hmm. He had a drummer, and he would be playing keyboards, you know, and he needed a bass man. I've never touched a bass guitar in my life until Jackie Me Too said, "You can do it. Let's go in the studio." You know, and then he played the tracks that he wanted us to play at the.
And you start playing the bass.
Right, just like that. But he knew before that I was a acoustic guitar player. Yes.
Okay.
So we practiced. We went in there and we tore the place down for months. That's the Tit for Tat Club. After we played the Tit for Tat Club, I started playing. Jackie Me Too had me start playing like. Baby Why, you know?
Baby Why.
Yeah, he gave me that. He was the one who gave me that bass line too. You know?
So tell you what
you want. Yeah, because that's what he did.
Yes.
He would tell every musician there what he wanted.
This is what I want you to play.
Exactly. You know? That when he left, I developed that too, and I was doing the same thing when he left. Because I learned that he was my tutor, he was my musical inspiration.
God says, that of mercy. We said, we're gonna fight it, with the help of the Lord. We're gonna fight it to the top. Yes, we're gonna fight without fear. Lord, we've got to get there. We're gonna fight it to the top. Oh yeah. Sometimes things get old, yeah. But we're gonna fight it, and step by step we'll reach the goal. We're gonna hold this thing, then we will laugh and sing. We're gonna fight it to the top. We'll never stop. Yes, we've gotta fight for right. Hey. Yeah, we've gotta fight. Freedom is a must, people. Whoa.
Listen, they say everything can be replaced. They say every distance is of me. Hey. But I remember everything of every man who put me in. Sing with me. I see your light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day, anyway now, I shall be released. Listen, now they say every man needs protection. They say every man must fall. No, but I swear I see my reflection, yeah, somewhere so high above this wall. Sing it. Now I see your light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, anyway now, I shall be released. One more time, any day now, anyway now, I shall be. Oh yes. Every day we move on, we struggle, but we prepare for Freedom Day. We sing now that I shall be. Ooh, yes. Our foreparents fought this, and we're here to see that it happen. I shall be. I say we all must be free.
What opportunities you think you had then that current musicians don't have now, and what are some of the challenges that you had then that these artists don't have now?
It's all computerized now, you know. So one person can play, can make a rhythm, you know, and that's an advantage, but it's a disadvantage because the advantage of a group of people
creating.
Yes, what happens there is each individual is recording their own, you know, vibe, and there's their spirit and soul is in there, you know, individually, and then we come together and we record all of that. When one person, it's one person vibe, you know, and I think a band, you know, is like a bond.
Yes, it brings.
It's in spirit, art, and soul together, you know, and then it makes it sweeter. I would think it's out of everybody, and I can say this freely and honestly. My basslines are the ones that people been doing over, been making career of, you know. My bassline made careers of a lot of DJs and singers. Well, thank you so much. Hear this. Ladies scream! Hey, hey, this is your time now. I want to tell you something. Baby, be true, and I'll give the world to you. Pull out. Hey. Yeah. Are you ready now? Ready now? Yes. Tell me you're ready now. Ah, yeah. Hey, ladies. Now, baby, be true, and I'll give the world to you. I mean it, baby. Listen, baby, come on, treat me right. I love you day and night, baby.
I'll give the world to you, true, true, yeah. And I'll do what you want me to, true, true. I mean, I mean it. I mean it. Listen, babe, hear this. When you're down, baby, yeah, alright. When you're free, just call on me, baby, yes. Listen, said I'll give the world to you, true, and I'll do what you want me to, true, true. I mean it. You know I mean it. Tell them I mean it. Good God, I mean. If Marcia was here, she would say, I feel like jumping. I feel like moving now. I feel like shaking, rocking my body now. Say la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. I sing a la 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 la, yeah. Toots and the Maytals, Toots was the dude said. They say I must join the army. Next thing they say, son, give me your number. What's your number, son? Tell me your number, son. Give me your number, son. Come and let us have some fun. You say now, 54, 46. Yeah, right now, someone else got that number. 54, 46, that's my number. Yeah, right now, someone got that number. I say yeah. I say yeah. I say. I say yeah. I say. I say yeah. I say. I say yeah. That's one time. Everybody, come on. You can sit, but rock it. Rock it. This is rock steady. Yeah. Hear this. Now you were my very first girl. I loved you more than anything in this whole world. Tell me, why did you leave me to cry? Oh, baby, at times that I pass you by, you could see the teardrops rolling down my eye. Tell me, why did you leave me to cry? Now I wanted you to be my bride, and forever you would stay by my side. Tell me, why did you leave me to cry? Now I'm so lonely. Oh, now I'm so all alone. I've got no one to call my very own. Tell me, why did you leave me to cry? Rock steady, baby. I wanted you to be my bride, and forever you would stay by my side. Sing it.
Why did you leave me to cry?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, now I'm so all alone. I've got no one to call my very own. Tell me, why did you leave me to cry? Baby, why? Why did you leave me? Oh, baby, why? Oh, why? Yeah. This is one of the 100 songs of the world from the Heptones. Jah be praised. Isn't it strange how princesses and kings, clown just kept hers in sawdust rings, just while common people like you and me will be building for eternity. Each is given a bag of tools, a shapeless man, and a book of rules. Each must make their life flowing in a tumbling black or a stepping stone. Just while common people like you and me will be building for eternity. Each is given a bag of tools, a shapeless man, and a book of rules. Your turn. Sing power, power, power. My youth, where I say, power, power. Say power, 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 you me. Yeah, yeah. I sing, common people like you and me, be builders for eternity. Each is given a bag of tools, a shapeless man, and a book of rules. Now look when the rain comes falling from the sky. I know the sun will be on the blessing for a while. Sing, common people like you and me, be builders for eternity. Each is given a bag of tools, a shapeless man, and a book of rules. Sing power, 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 power. Sing power, 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 power. One more time. Power, 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 power. Thank you so much.
You have been the creator of some of the most memorable and legendary bass lines.
Yeah, most popular bass lines too.
In Jamaica.
In Jamaica music, reggae music.
My bass lines, the Almighty made these bass lines, my bass line. Because there's a lot of people who play bass in the reggae business, you know. But Leroy Sibbles bass line and stand out. From over 50 years now, people been singing on these bass lines, making their career. My bass lines are part of almost every singer and DJ in the business. Make some noise. I'm going to play some lines tonight, and you're all going to be familiar with these lines. I'm going to play a few because I can't play all of this. I can't play 3.5 years out of bass line right now. But listen to this. Pull up the vibes that you're playing. Can we play some more? Can we play some more? Yes! I want to them. Original song said, things and time shall tell on you your deeds and tongue shall teach. Come on. All right, next show. You see that tune, in a them long time, a dance all time. This is one of the biggest tune in a dance hall. Say, girl, if you run, come and give me your love. Oh yeah, your sweet love. Remember what John Noel, I play this with John Noel himself. I want a love I can feel. That's the only kind of love I think is real. Don't want to be going by something I heard. Cause baby action speak louder than words. Come on, bass, here, Jack. You want me to tell you something? Hear this. You have a man, you're the man though. He sing the bass line. So you know some my bass line them make you whine. And I say, oh you whine again? Them a bass line. Hear man say, hear the bass line, I'm not sing what man say. I'm not tell me how to sing. Jamaican people who are the best. Sing it again. Oh, now, come. Take it down. Hey, you know how much shoot up on other rhythm, how much people sing on this? Enough. I'll shine it like my own, he said. He said something like, I remember the lyrics when he said something like, lonely girl, I didn't know that Remember that. Enough tune upon this. All right. Next show. Me create them as it now. My bassline them is like, shouldn't have to tell you how I feel. You know my loving is real. From the crown of my head to the sole of my feet. Want this that I feel, taking control of me. My body's in trouble. You that sing people, what you say?
This is how you smile that makes it come alive. I wanna know what it is about you.
People sing.
The thing that I've been searching for, girl, I see it in you. Dreams come true. Every single day, every single way, every single night I pray. And I'll be there for
Our Gram said.
be there for
Them say, it was down by the river. Go. Me say, if no things that my contribution is large, make some noise. You think we're done yet? We're not done yet. Hear this. We're not. Tell them, King. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Come! I want you to sing with me. Again. Lucian said, sweet over my soul. Sing, people.
sweet over my soul.
The road
Is wide and low.
sweet over my soul. Yo, man, bass line. I know people that man on bass line. Yeah, Mighty Diamonds. You know what Diamond sing bandit? Oh no, what Diamond sing bandit? I'm not gonna tell you. I need a roof over my head. I need a roof over my head and bread. Fireman said, the wicked never will have to fall. And the rap man near them go call. More true. Hear this. Who know that one? Hear this. I didn't know what I was doing when I made this one. Cause I didn't know one rhythm could last so long. Lord, come hear this. Mighty Diamond call it coachy. And every singer and every DJ want touch it. Before my hand to the Almighty, who made the original bass. I really make some money on it. It really feel good. It does. Every time a soundbox bring up Leroy Sibbles in your neighborhood. Mighty Diamond, big up on yourself. Pass the coachy on the left hand side. Say pass the coachy on the left hand side. It have it burn. It have it burn. Jano. Say pass the coachy on the left hand side. Pass the coachy on the left hand side. It have it burn. Jano. It have it burn. Rosie are the best. Take it down. Now this is just a little bit to let you understand where I'm coming from. Say, go on, Leroy. Blessed love. Take it right down. We're gonna leave you with the final one. This is the one, this is the one I must have to. Hey, you see all the coaching, you know much rhythm. You know much singers depend that. You know much singer depend the country. How much DJ depend the country. Not soon here, cause you have some white youth, they are foreign and make a thing from the country rhythm alone for me, you know. Yeah, let me tell you so. When you put out that, you go here, cause they make almost a whole heap of people who depend the country depend this. All right, moving on to the thing called Sata Masagana. Amen. What a surprise? Wipe the tears from your eyes. Yeah, but right now you realize, yes, education make you wise. Hear this. I lift up my hands to the Almighty God, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jah, cause you made me play. Come on, bass. Jah, our mighty and keeper. Hey, what a thing, I and I go sing. People, come with me. There is a land
Far, far away,
where there's no night,
there's only day.
you look into the book of life,
And you will see
that there's a land
far, far away.
again, that there's a land
Far, far away.
the King of Kings and the sit upon his throne and the you look into the book of life and you that he rules us all. Jah, that he rules us all. Drum and bass. He rules us all. Hey! Hey! Thank you. God bless you. Good night, y'all.
Proud of ourselves, Reggae on TV. Proud of ourselves. Yes, yes. This is Queen Africa. Keep it locked. Reggae on TV. Load. Yeah.
Cause I toast me the friends that take off the below. One time did sit down in a class and report then only set the road and me go on with the road.
Jamaica, the land of Bob Marley, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Usain Bolt, and of course, Reggae Month, the only month-long reggae music festival on planet Earth, where something reggae happens every day in the month of February, ranging from mega reggae concerts, reggae award ceremonies, and educational symposia on reggae.
Yeah, me see blessings fall, I'm right on.
February is Reggae Month. Reggae Month is February, when Jamaica invites the world to come to Mecca, Reggae Mecca, and come catch the rhythm like no place else on earth, only in Jamaica.
And that's how I made to give him the glory. I'm me delighted. Jano say my passion ignited. Got the music get me excited. Coming like a boss.
Who are fans of reggae music, just come out and support Reggae Month. Whatever we're doing, whatever we're keeping, just come out and support us. Because this is Jamaica and this is where reggae is from.
It is Reggae Month. Make sure you come out and celebrate in every Reggae Month event. A feel music, it is massive, it is powerful. Come out and celebrate Reggae Month.
For this reggae conversation, we welcome Copeland Forbes. He may not be one of the onstage stars, but he's one of the most powerful figures in reggae music. Mr. Forbes, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
How would you describe your role in reggae?
Oh, Jesus Kingdom. I think I wear at least 10 to 12 caps, you know, in the business, you know, from a tour manager, a road manager, a tour organizer, personal assistant, a publisher, a booking agent. I could go on and on.
Right.
You know, but the greatest thing about it is that I entered the business from a young stage in 1962, right, with our group named the Harmony Cats. You know, and we started from there performing on TADP and all those shows and things, and I worked my way up in every different angle. When I joined the Peter Tosh aggregation, I didn't join it as a manager or a road manager. I joined it as his personal assistant. And that was a very delicate role, you know, because you have to be close to the artist all the time.
Right. You mentioned you mentioned it a while ago. You're celebrating a very important anniversary this year.
Yes, this year is my 60th anniversary. You know, it's funny, I came in the business at the same time Jamaica got its independence. And if you can remember that big thing in London, when we celebrated our 50th year, we had a 2-week concert at the London O2. And I was the one that actually put it together along with Rob Hallett from AEG to celebrate Jamaica's 50th. So we have something like that planning to celebrate Jamaica's 60th.
Right. So you mentioned your role in the business side as the manager, tour manager, the organizer. But there was a time when you were a performer.
I actually started out doing that first. You know, in the Harmony Cats, and then I formed.
So you were a singer and music
and dancer too.
Right.
Right.
Dancing is where you got your first big break.
Exactly. And we had a group named the Coasters. We entered the festival competition. And I migrated to the United States and started to expand on that till I ended up touring with Johnny Nash, who was called the King of Reggae then. You know, appeared on Soul Train and all the major TV channels promoting reggae.
Right.
Because people didn't know what was reggae. They knew reggae via Johnny Nash as a black American. He was covering songs from Jamaica and Jamaican artists, Bob and Ernie Smith. And that's where people were just glued to reggae then.
But that time you were teaching them how to dance.
Yes, you know, when we went on Soul Train, matter of fact, we did 21 shows in 1 week at the Apollo. Sly can tell you, because he was a 14-year-old drummer with a band named Skin, Flesh and Bones with Lloyd Parks and them, and they came up to New York to work on the show and back the rest of the artists. And we did 21 shows at the Apollo in 1 week, 3 shows per day, 7 days a week. And while we were at the Apollo performing, Don Cornelius and the vice president of black music in CBS, Logan Westbrook, came over to the Apollo because they want to promote this music reggae, and nobody knew who they could call. They said, this show is happening at the Apollo. And we were there, and they came and they sat and they watched us. And when the second show was finished, you know, these people came backstage. I recognized Don Cornelius because Soul Train was the most popular black show in America at the time. And they came up, you know, introduced myself, you know, and G. Fitzbartle was a Jamaican journalist who was very instrumental in a lot of my things in the States, and he migrated to the US, and he was writing for the Philadelphia Inquirer, so he was connected to all these people, and he was the one that got me on those big shows. And the next thing, CBS took me in, flew me out to California, you know, put us up in a 6-star hotel on Hyatt on Sunset, and then we taped the Soul Train. And my God, when I came back into New York City, it's like I was Bob Marley like then, you know. But it was a great experience, and from then on, you know, I started to move from one to the other, you know.
But there was another opportunity in California, films.
It started actually first in New York. I was walking on 57th Street, and I saw this building, 20th Century Fox. And I said, wow. So some of my friends, we all went inside looking at pictures and dancing around, and a guy came to me and said, where you guys from? You heard the accent, you know. So we're from the Caribbean. We're from Jamaica, you know, El Belafonte, you know, those are the names you have to call, because that's 1970. And then they said, you know, they're filming a movie, and they need some people, you know, from different islands in it, you know. You guys want to try out? So, okay, go up to the 10th floor. Went up there, about 500 people up there. Give you forms to fill out. I figured we didn't stand a chance, because we got an accent. That's first thing, and there were all black Americans there. We fill it out, they give you a script, you read it, 5 minutes, and they just said, okay, we'll get back to you later. About 2-3 weeks later, I came in from work, my sister said, oh, some Fox place keep calling here for you. So I don't know what kind of Fox is this. I said, Fox. So she gave me the number. I called, 20th Century Fox? Yes, my name is Copeland Forbes. Oh, Mr. Forbes, we've been trying to find you because you have been selected for the movie. Because when they interviewed me, you know, they said he's the lightest man in America, survived. They said, have you had any acting skill before? I said, yes, the pantomime in Jamaica. I'm always performing at the Ward Theatre. Them don't know what pantomime is, a play. And I gave them all that story. So I was like a little edge in there. And then I got a part. Now, the movie that they were filming was The French Connection, right? And I got a very nice part in it. You know, in that part in Brooklyn where Roy Scheider was dressed as a police, and Gene Hackman in his Santa Claus clothes. You know, and I play that scene in the bar. And that's where I actually start moving up, you know, moving from one to another. I perform at the Apollo Theatre on the Amateur Hours show, you know, and then when the Wailers came in 1973 on the Catch a Fire tour, that's when G. Fitzbartle took me down to the hotel at 23rd Street, introduced me to Bob, you know, and then I started moving on the road with them, so I was moving that fast, you know.
So you work with pretty much everybody who is anybody in reggae?
Yes, really and truly. If you ask people around the world, I work with at least 98% of the artists in different capacities. Sometimes people ask me, how did I do it? How you managed to work with all these different artists? How are their characteristics? But, you know, I mean, 60 years out there in the business, if you can't gather and learn how to deal with people, you know. 'Cause I'm a people person. I was born August 1st, you know. I'm a Leo. So I'm a people person, and plus I spent a number of years in the Boy Scout, because that's where I must give credit to the Jamaica Boy Scout. I learned so much from them, and that's where when I started traveling. I started traveling when I was 14, representing Jamaica at international jamborees here and there. As a matter of fact, I was in Greece at one point, sharing the same tent with, it was Prince Constantine then. He became King Constantine of Greece. So he was rubbing shoulders with those people, sleeping in the same tent with him, and, you know, so it was a great opportunity I got. So the scouting helped me, you know, and mold me into making me self-reliant and resourceful, and could be able to fit into any category, you know, around the world. And I'm sure you must have heard that my association with the royal family.
Yeah, the Queen Mother,
yes,
Queen Elizabeth.
In '62, when we were celebrating independence, I was selected to be her official car door opener, right? So I was traveling with the royal party, you know, everywhere they went, you know, Parliament, Montego Bay, right, doing that duty, right? And I did it for the Queen Mother, Prince Philip, when he came to open the arena in 1966, and most of all, I did it for His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie, when he visited Jamaica in 1966.
How did you get all of these opportunities?
Well, you know, as I said, I'm a leader. I'm born to lead. It's Bob Marley told me that, you know, when he sat with me in 1973 in the hotel in New York. He said, when you born? I said, August 1st. He said, you're a born leader, man. I got the first mayor for a day for Kingston. You know, I was selected, you know, in 1965. Was that a youth mayor? Yeah. At 18 years of age, I'm the mayor of Kingston. I came from a humble background. I was born in Jonestown and grew up between Jonestown and Trenchtown. And he can tell you, I have lived it. Bonnie Whaler, myself, and Master Griffiths all went to the same school. We knew each other from 5 years of age at Chatola Park School, the Little Miss School in Chatola Park. Then Bonnie went to All Saints, and then to Camperdown, and me and Marcia went to Kingston Senior, which is now Kingston Junior Secondary. So this, you know, being around all these people over the years and coming into the entertainment business, it was easy because like I've been around them for years. You know, I shared so much great moments.
Did you live in a musical home? Was there music at home all the time?
No, you know, really, my mother is Cuban, you know, right? Funny, you know, I'm a mix-up thing. You know, my mother is Cuban, my father is Irish. Cause I was wondering, all my brothers have royal name, Charles, Alexander, I'm George. And I said to my mom, why are we having all these royal middle names? And she said, well, your grandfather is Irish, so they stuck close to that heritage, you know. And my grandmother is Panamanian, you know, and I'm Jamaican. But there was no music. My mother would be singing around the house. But I think I was cut out from music because I loved it. Matter of fact, I love music and I loved movements. And that's why I like groups with movements. I was attracted. The Temptations is what got me glued to it, and James Brown, you know, because our group, the Coasters, idolized those groups, and we were doing that kind of stuff, you know, on stage, you know. So it was a great help for me. I tried out being a musician, because my brother-in-law, Ron Wilson, he blows the trombone, and I have another brother-in-law who's a singer, and I wanted to be in the music so bad. And I started learning the trombone, and then somebody told my mother that I'm doing something that's going to give me a heart problem. I'm going to get big. So my mother stopped me. And then I decided I'm going to learn the bass. And I started learning the bass. But I used to suck finger. Some things used to come up on the finger here. And I couldn't suck my finger no more. You know, because those days people play the bass like this. Just recently people started playing like this. So I couldn't do that, you know. I started the drum because I was associated with the Mighty Vikings band, you know. And I used to pray that the drummer get drunk at night. Because when the drummer not feeling, when the band leader, Desmond Miles, would say, sit around the drum. And I would get my little thing there and practice and thing and so on. So with all of that, it helped me, you know, to become into the musician. Right. And when I used to suffer from cramps in my leg. So I realized the drum wasn't for me. Because I couldn't know if I should use my instep or my heel on the kick. So I was getting cramps. And then I decided that, you know, I'm going to leave that. I'm going into sports. So I started learning fencing with Victor Sampson and thing at Holborn Studio. So I would start attending fencing class, doing my thing and so on. And somebody told my mother that I'm going to learn sword fight, to fight with sword. And I was there working out with Victor Sampson, and I think somebody hold him in my waist. My mother walked from Jonestown all the way to Holborn Studio and grabbed me in my waist and pulled me straight back to Jonestown, so me learning sword fight. And I said, it's fencing. Which fence? I don't see no fence. Where you can learn to jump fence or what? You know, so it was a great, humble beginning that I think I was cut out to be in music.
I'm fascinated by the stories of your mother and the impact that she had on you growing up.
Yes, we had 12 in the family, 12 children, and my father wasn't really at home. You know, my father used to come to the home, but every time he makes a trip, as I have a book coming out, I have it in it that she ended up going to the hospital because she was pregnant. Well, my mother used to go to the hospital almost yearly. Every time she leaving, they said, okay, Mrs. Forbes, see you next year. And she was back. So we had 12 children, you know, 7 boys and 5 girls, you know, and the family was together, love, and she worked hard. When I said hard, sometimes she was doing 3 jobs to feed 12 children. Come, my father just come in and he's gone. Come and he's gone. You know, and I remember when I had to go overseas, 1961, you know, she was the one that worked to get me the money to help with the fare to go, you know, and she concentrated on me. And the great thing about it, that I became a symbol for the area I lived in Jonestown. I was born at 5 Poyat Street. So a lot of youths in the area became Boy Scouts. And then when I moved to Trenchtown, really the ghost town where it's dirt road, you know, I motivated quite a lot of youths in the area too, from Greenwich Street to 7th Street. And a lot of them became Boy Scouts, right? And we started to move from there. So she was very influential in my life. That's why my book, Reggae My Life, I dedicated it to her, because with her motivation and what she saw in me. The first time I was going to the United States, 1967, to represent Jamaica at a Boy Scout Jamboree, right? She worked hard, get the money, give me so I could go, you know, and she saw that, you know, I have the leadership quality in me, you know, and I appreciated that much. And Lillian Forbes, I will never forget you.
You tried your hand at the music, you tried to play it, you tried to sing it, it didn't quite work out. How did you get into the business side of it, where you're managing artists, leading them, organizing shows across the world?
Well, I tell you something, it really started, I have to give credit to a man named Winston, the late Winston Chinkwi, who was the manager of a band named the Mighty Vikings. I was a member of the Mighty Vikings fan club. We used to have meetings regularly at a club named Sombrero. And I hung around him because they owned the Jamaica Commercial Institute at Duke Street. I hung around him a lot, and I saw how he handled the management side of it, you know, and how he dealt with everything. And I learned a lot from him, because I have a soft heart, you know, and sometimes I see him get mean and strong, but I realize that, you know, you have to be mean and strong sometime. And he said something to me that I'll never forget. He said, listen, Copeland, I'm going to tell you this. You see, in life, sometimes you have to be selfish to be successful. And I said, what you mean? There are times when you have to concentrate on you and what's best for you and what suits you, and not just everybody else, because you can't please everybody. You have to please yourself. And he was the one that molded me into being a leader, a manager. And then I started out really first. The first group I managed was the Mighty Diamonds, when they were hot in the 70s, and they were signed to Virgin Records, you know. And then I came down to Jamaica. I knew them because some of them was in the Boy Scout with me. Tabby was at All Saints, and the rest lived in Trenchtown, you know. So I knew them, so it was good at the time. And I took over their management, and we went on the first tour in England, you know. That's when I met Richard Branson. He was a little 21-year-old boy, very calm. He just ride a little scooter to work in his slippers, not knowing this man would have been involved into who he is today. And he took care of us. I took a band named the Revolutionaries from Channel 1 with Sly and Ansel Collins, Lloyd Parks, you know, Gitsy. And we went off to England and we toured the UK and toured down the place. It was unbelievable, you know. One thing I was going to say is that I'll never forget that tour. They put us on a rock festival named Reading, and we were reggae. We had Leroy as the opening act. And when we started, I've never seen so much eggs and tomato throw. The people started to pelt us, tomatoes flying through the air. You know, I had to be a good thing. I watched American football, or the wide receivers them move. I was running from one side of the stage to the other to try to catch tomatoes, you know. And Sly, everybody wanted to come off, and Sly said, no, we're going forward. We're going to hit them with music. And we kept going, and the people them throwing eggs and tomatoes, same way. We keep going and just dodging them, that thing. And after a good while, them stopped. And then them started to throw. Those on the right started throwing to those on the left, and those on the left throwing on the right. So it was like this, until finally they just stopped, and everybody started to rock to the music and so on. So, and I said to Richard Branson, we got back to London, Richard, why you put us on that festival? The guy named Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols was the headliner. So you know the kind of crowd that's coming there, you know, people chop off their clothes on the stage and do all kind of thing. And we were there, he said, oh, we want you to cross you over into the rock audience, because those are the people who love reggae music and grapple to reggae music. So it was a great experience right there. And then I started doing the management.
Yeah, it sounded like a hostile reception to reggae. Was that normal in the early days?
In the early stage, really, the white folks were the ones that grabbed onto it early, you know. And if you listen to even some of Bob's records, you will hear all these guitar and synthesizer sounds, because what Chris did, you know, is when they recorded the Catch a Fire album, he took the raw tracks to England and brought Bob over, and they overdubbed a lot of stuff, you know, that was likened onto rap music. So the music could go a step further instead of just being into this box by itself, you know, and it helped, and it grew. If you listen to most of the groups now, in Peter Tosh, when I work with them, they always have a guitarist, you know, that has that lick that, you know, can sweeten the music. And so the white folks grab onto it first, and they were the ones that were supporting the music for years. It took us a long time to get the black folks into it, especially Black America, you know.
What was the problem with getting the Black Americans on?
You know, they are into their rhythm and blues and soul. And I remember Bob is touring yearly. And when after the hiatus, and he came back out in 1978, and he went out to refresh the market, he saw where his audience was still the same. So he wanted to cross into a different audience. So he decided to play 4 or 5 days at the Apollo, you know, straight, to grab some of the Black Americans. And it's like, it worked, but not to the extent that he wanted to, you know, and that's why he took the job to open for the Commodores the following year, the 1980, at Madison Square Garden. I can tell you this, people may not know this, but I know it. Bob didn't get any money for that show. What Bob took was peanut. As a matter of fact, he tell him that money, give it to the band, because he had a single named Could You Be Loved that he wanted to get into the market. If you listen to that song, you know, you can, you know, it's a little different, but it's so popular until this very day. You know, he tried with Exodus, and when he did Exodus, even Jamaicans didn't like it. They said, oh, that's not the reggae thing. You know, but if the song, the message is in the music. If you listen to the lyrics of all of Bob's songs, if you can dance to it, you can learn from it. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can feed our mind. You want anything better than that? You know, and leading into the Madison Square Garden thing, I was in the hotel, you know, in New York, sitting with him when he was getting calls the week leading into the show, you know. Some big rock groups calling him, Bob, don't do the show. Don't do the show. Your career is going to be damaged. Opening for the Commodores at that height. Lionel Richie had all those hit songs, and you're going to open for him. And I remember Bob said to me, the more they tell me not to do it, is the more I want to do it, you know. I don't have to prove no point. And I like to be a big fish in a small pond. So if they're giving me a small area, I'll take it, because I know what I'm going to do, you know. And I mean, everybody heard about that show at Madison Square Garden. As a matter of fact, that was the last show the Commodores did together. Lionel Richie left after that. You know, so it was a very great experience there, you know.
Are you surprised, having been there at that time when the reception to reggae was lukewarm? Are you surprised at the growth of the music and the impact that it has today?
Well, you know something, I'm not surprised, because I saw the potential, right? And I am privileged and honored that I was at most of the big ones, them that the music evolved. Peter Tosh opening for the Rolling Stones, you know, it's a great thing that for reggae music, you know. And, you know, all the big festivals that's happened. Japan, I was at 90% of the Japan Splash. And I stand there and look and see 60, 70, 80,000 people who don't speak English, but they're singing all the reggae songs. They know it, the word for word. And you see that, you said, well, you know something, the music, as Bob said in one of his interviews, the music is going to keep on and on and on until it finds its rightful place, you know, and the music keeps going and will never stop. I remember years ago, I went to Thailand. A friend of mine lived there who used to run a club in Florida named Reggae Cafe, and he moved to Thailand, bothering me, come to Thailand, you need to come. I said, it's too far, just get up to go to Thailand. I looked at the map and I said, okay, it's close to Japan. When I go to Japan, I'll do it. So we went to Japan with Master Griffiths, did certain concerts, live wire, everybody, and then I decided to just fly down to Thailand, just to spend a couple of days. My friend met me. When I was going into Thailand, going through the city, I saw a big red, green, and gold banner across the city with my name on it. Welcome Copeland, you know. And I said, wow. And he said, wait till you get for the welcome party. Whoa. Bolt was in China, mashing up, you know, Beijing. And, you know, Thailand is not far away. So, you know, a Jamaican in town, And I went to the hotel, got dressed quick, you know, and he took me to the welcome party. And when I walked into this place, I was surprised. There were hundreds of people there, and ladies, Thai ladies dancing with the flowers around them. And I was privileged and honored to be introduced to a German billionaire, Nikolai, you know. And he said he had heard about Jamaica. He has never met a Jamaican, and he was honored to meet me and so on. And to put it in a nutshell, I went to spend 3 days. He took me out of my hotel and gave me a resort. He said, I love that music, reggae. Gave me a resort to stay, and I stayed a whole month, right? And then he took me to another partner of his who owned a club in Thailand, in a place named Koh Samui, right? An island off the mainland of Bangkok. And he has a club that holds 5,000 people, named Reggae Pub. He speaks no English, but he has every reggae tape, right? He took me to a warehouse, and when I walked into the warehouse, I said, never say red, green, and gold. Baseball bat, golf club, golf bat, boats, everything in red, gold, and green. So I knew that the music was going to move from one level to the other. One thing I always say, when you have a music where the world want to sing it, they want to talk like you, they want to walk like you, they want to look like you, they want to sing like you, you know, and adapt you in every way. You must be a special thing in the world.
Yeah.
And that's what reggae music is, very special. So I remember when I took Peter Tosh to Swaziland. Swaziland is southern Africa, right? And it's the first time a reggae concert was going there that Peter didn't even want to go through South Africa, because it was apartheid time at that time. So we had to fly from here to London, London to Germany, Germany to Zimbabwe, and the promoter sent 4 planes to pick us up in Zimbabwe to fly us to Swaziland. And when we arrived in Swaziland, the cars that they have to take us around, the license plate had Peter Tosh's name as a license plate on it. You know, when I saw that, I said, oh my God, you know, you see these people out there adore our music and our country. So we have to preserve what we have. We still have the great potential in the music, because the message is in the music. And that's why I encourage artists that when you're recording, record positive music that can last for years and years and years.
You talk about the potential, but as it is now, is reggae in good shape across the world?
Well, we don't want it. You know, one time we used to say people have to come to Jamaica to record and do this. No. The top 10 reggae groups in the world are foreigners. Groundation, Soldier, if you see the kind of crowd those guys pull out, Let's Go Bowling, something another stupid, you know. And these are groups that form in the States. South America, most of the groups that are popular in South America are foreign reggae acts. The ones that are, the Jamaican ones that are popular, people wouldn't come to them show in Jamaica. Eric Donaldson, when he arrives in Brazil, he has to get police escort from the airport to take him in. He's so huge. Max Romeo, another big one again, you know. And I asked the promoters down there, why are the Brazilians, the South Americans, grapple to those artists, you know? He said, well, the music came via the UK, and those vintage music, the music that the people... I remember when I took John out to Brazil the first time, the songs that they want him to sing, he said from he recorded those songs in the 60s, he had never sang them before. We had to download the songs and write out some of the hook lines and the lyrics on the stage and paste them on the stage, so John could just sing and just glance down. You know, so it tells you that the music has this great potential, and we encourage and implore our artists to make good music, because later on, you know, look at Ken Booth, look how long he wrote The Train Is Coming, Baby, and when the movie come, Money Train, they use this song, you know, and you talk about it, so that song gave him one of the biggest, you know, in his life.
I said the train is coming, baby. I said the train is coming now.
Do you remember how many countries you introduced the people to reggae?
Jesus, it's better to say how many I didn't, you know. So many countries. The place I yearned to go, and I was close to it until war broke out, was Afghanistan and Iraq. Because I was talking to some people to carry a reggae package right there, you know, and then things broke. But up to a few years ago, we went to Abbey Reggae Festival in the Ivory Coast. Minister Grange was there too, and Brother Lenny was there too. where they launched the Abbey Reggae Music Festival and Conference, you know, and I felt honored to be a part of, you know, be the tour manager for that group, assisting Minister Grange on it. And I tell you something happened at that conference. You know, they had a big conference with kings and queens from around Africa. And we were all in this conference, and at the end of the conference, the band struck up Burning Spear, Slavery Days. You know, the song Slavery, do you remember the days of slavery? And everybody's sitting there being like this, you know, and they say the protocol, the kings and queens cannot get up and dance. And me sitting there and Minister Grange looking at each other, and we're bowing our heads, and like we just read each other, and me and she just get up and just take the dance floor. And we start to dance and do the moves them, and in no time, kings, queens, and princesses, the dance floor was full with people rocking to the music, man. And I said, look at that, you know, the music was able to break the protocol there and bring the kings and queens them out on the floor, skanking to reggae music, and it's Burning Spear, Slavery Day was the song playing.
So you tell us that you've worked with almost everybody.
Yes.
But who were some of the more memorable ones? You had Jimmy Cliff, Bunny Wailer, Peter Tosh, Bob Marley.
You know something? There are quite a few that stands out still because of what happened in the era. When I went to South Africa with Jimmy Cliff, 1980, during the apartheid time, that was a hell of an experience because we didn't know that camouflage in Africa. And during that era, everybody, the camouflage outfit, the army look, everybody was jumping into it. So Jimmy had all of us, even the crew, dressed in it, and we landed in South Africa, you know, and the show was held in Soweto, but we stayed at a hotel in Johannesburg. And I remember the day we going to the concert, the bus came to pick us up. The guy was about a 35, 36-year-old guy. He said he has never been to Soweto, and he was born there. You know, he's a white guy driving the bus, and I know he was a little nervous. He saw all these rough-looking guys in army clothes showed up, and the bus is driving. Put a long story short, when we got into the stadium, it took a while to get in because people were on the bus. It was a moving body of human being. People hanging on the bus, Jimmy, 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 because Jimmy had a song down there. He did a cover of Bob Marley's No Woman No Cry.
No woman no cry.
And it sold over 1 million copies there, you know. So Jimmy was very popular. Most of his songs were very popular in Africa because Jimmy has been going to Africa before most, even before Bob, you know, performed there. Jimmy has been going there, so he's very big there. When we went to the stadium, we could barely move, man. The stadium was packed. We got about 75 yards, couldn't go no further to the stage. So I came out and I looked around, and when I came out, soldiers were there, you know, the soldiers with M16 guns around, you know. I came out, I phoned the promoter, we got to get protection to go to the stage, get it. You know. When I go up and I said, okay, gentlemen, let's go, and we descended the bus. It was everybody shocked to see us in military clothes and wondering, what is this, you know? So we went up, went on the stage, and then the soldiers went on the stage and surrounded the stage with their guns and that, you know, and the people started throwing bottles. I've never seen Coca-Cola bottle big like about this. They took out them shoes, them belt, people were hurling anything they could find at the stage. People have to be ducking bottles, everything, and the soldiers them out there. So I run to the chief, that is there. I said, listen, you have to get them down. He said, no, orders from headquarters. Soldiers have to stay up there. I said, no. And he's arguing with me, and then an MC guy went up there, a black guy. Ladies and gentlemen, please stop throwing the bottles. If you don't stop, we're going to call the police. Jesus, who tell him to say that? A bottle came flying through the air and hit him down, boof, in front of me. Ground, blood. I run to the, listen, you have to get them all. They're speaking in a language named Kosar. All right there. Signal, whoo. Everybody came down. Now, I have to go up there to talk to the crowd. I was scared like hell. But I went up. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we came all the way from Kingston, Jamaica to uplift you through the power of reggae music. So please stop throwing the bottle, and we're going to get the stage clear and move on. And they said, hey! And everybody, the symbol there was a symbol like this. Everybody would at the man like this. And then, ready, Jimmy came on. That was one of the standout one with me that I'll never, ever forget. You know, and Brazil, when we went to Brazil, And he and Gilberta Jill, who is now a minister of government, you know, he was a big act down there. We were touring together, you know, in Brazil that year. And, you know, Brazil was where Jimmy Cliff got his first big hit, Wonderful World, Beautiful People. Wonderful world, beautiful people. That's where he wrote it, and that's where he wrote it about that country. So that was another great experience with me.
One of the things that come up all the time when people talk about you was that One Love peace concert. You were involved in that,
1978. Yes, you know, I'm honored and privileged again that in the organizing of the concert, I was living in the gallery at the time, and Tommy Cowan House was a meeting place where all the facets from both sides of the fence were meeting every day. Claude and Massop, Bucky Marshall, Tan, Tech Life, all these various names. So I was there and being a part of it and watching and seeing everything and how everything went. And then I was up by the museum every day, right? Because the old plan, that some people may not realize it, you know, the plan was really for the Wailers to come together to do that peace concert, you know. All three of them, like when after they broke up, you know, they came back to Jamaica and they are together in reunification when Marvin Gaye came to Jamaica, when Stevie Wonder, when the Jackson 5, right? So something like that was the idea they had in mind. But one artist said, no, he's not doing that because he didn't like the idea how the peace came about. I mean, he spoke to me personally, which was Bunny Wailer. He said, listen, it wasn't the government called the peace, you know, or the people and us. I don't like this idea, you know, so him didn't want to partake. So it ended up that Bob would do a solo concert and Peter would do a solo concert, you know. And that concert is so memorable, you know, and a lot of tension that night because Peter used the opportunity to express himself in some very expletive ways while both sides of the fence, political fence, were sitting there watching the concert. But he expressed himself so much.
Stand up, stand up. Stand up for your rights, brother.
And the magic that Bob did in the middle of his concert, because Bob rehearsed 36 songs, but when he got to jamming, he felt the vibe to just do what he did by calling the Prime Minister then and the leader of the opposition on stage and hold hands, you know, that sign, and let them shake hands in front of the people to see that it's peacetime now and everything, you know. And that was a great symbol for me. And when Jacob Miller called on he was the lead singer of Inner Circle Band, and he called on all the Warren Factors then, who are now working together from both sides, hugging, you know, to show the symbol of peace. I sat there and I watched all of that, and I said, you know, I'm proud that I was there to witness it and see it happen. I remember after Peter finished his performance, and he was in the dressing room, everybody came out, a journalist came to him and said, Mr. Tosh, you know that if you were in Cuba and you spoke like that in front of the head of the state, they would have shot you right on the spot. So I talk anything I want to say anywhere. Which other place we must talk it? I must talk my mind here. I can't talk it to myself at home. You know, and in Bridging was there. Yes, tell them my brother, tell them my brother. So it was full of so much little thing here and there. I remember I think, you know, I'm going to bust the Silko one out in the book. I was up at Tough Gang and everybody working together out on the road. And I was there assisting with tickets and so on. And Bob was in a little room on a table lying down sleeping. A guy ride a bicycle or a bike, I can't remember, come up. I said, where's Bob, where's Bob, where's Bob? And I said, what happened? So I just see some man down at the ghetto say, they my plan to come shoot up the show this weekend. And me hear it and me get scared now. Bob was in the room and Bob jump up quick. And him hear everything and he went through another door. And I remember David Madden, who was a trumpeter, and Glenn DeCosta, who played in his band, was driving out in a pickup. And him just run and jump in the back of the pickup, right? And said, can't go around to Annette Crescent. He had a house around Annette Crescent, not far away, where the kids and everything, and go around there. I locked the door. I went inside there and I sit there roaring like crazy. And then about an hour later, all the vehicles drove. Claude, Bucky, everybody. You know, and come in and say, where's Scott? They call Bob Scott. Hey, Scott. I said, listen, a man right by come on here and say, here, so some man down, so I plan to come do something at the show weekend. Claudia and Bucky start to laugh. I said, well, who can do anything for this? This can't happen here. You man, nothing like that can't happen. Any man will do that. So everybody there work together as in a peace and harmony, you know. That can't happen. Where's Scar? I said, go around, son. And then go around few man and come back and thing, you know. And that never left my mind. And I remember when Bob came back, he was in a bass line. Putu 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 putum putu putum putu 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 putu. He was humming that bass line all along. And that song, he developed a song from it named So Much Trouble in This World. You know, and when he got the whole idea, it wasn't even the Wailers band that played it, you know. I think it was another bassman and Mikey Boo and drum. Him just called Tyrone and said, any musician then and run in the studio. And that song became one of his target songs, So Much Trouble in This World.
Yeah. You were, but you were also there during Bob's last year.
Yes, yes. That last year, I tell you, I am happy that I spent so much time over at the Essex House with him. He came into New York about 3 weeks before the concert. And we had a show with Dennis Brown at the Beacon Theatre. And you know, Dennis Brown is Bob Marley's favorite artist. He loves him. So he said to me in the day, tell Lloyd Parks to rehearse 2 songs, I think Rat Race and Who the Cap Fit. He's going to come over and do 2 songs for Dennis at Dennis's concert. The only bad thing that Dennis never showed up, you know. Dennis was still in London while we were at the Beacon Theatre trying to pack. It was Labor Day weekend, you know. That's another story by itself for another chapter. But Bob came over in his limo. I didn't even know he was outside in the limo while we inside trying to solve the problem. Because the show's supposed to start at 8 o'clock. And then 9:30, we're still in the room there sitting, didn't know what to do. And then the man for the theater came around and said, fellas, why don't you guys get the show started? You know, we are 8 to 11, it's now 25 to 10. I said, we can't start. What's the problem? I said, the headliner is in London. He said, what? Jesus Christ, we are sitting on a bomb. And never forget when the man said that. You know, because 3 years before that, there was a reggae concert in there and shots fired inside the Beacon Theatre. And there was a stampede to get out. You know, so here we are 3 years later now. And the same thing is about to happen. The man said, please say nothing to the audience until I alert the police, the ambulance, and the fire department. And he called them up and they surrounded the theater. Everybody expects a stampede now because Labor Day weekend, you know, New York is packed. And the headliner is not there. You know, I didn't even know Bob was in the limo outside. If I knew Bob was out there already, I would have gone there and said, Bob, then it's not coming up, but say you can't. He might have come in and probably ease the tension. We came up with a quick formula, you know, to postpone the show until the following week, you know, and the tickets will be honored and so on to solve that little problem. And it was in a nutshell. When Dennis finally showed up a week later, you know, Bob came over to the radio station and sat with him at the radio station with Ken Williams, you know, to do damage control. Because he said, you know, when artists don't show up for a show, it hurts the music and hurts other acts. So he was sat in the studio with Dennis at WLIB and did the interview to repair the damage, you know. And then he stayed in New York, did all the interviews. And you know something, his contract was up with Island, you know. And he was getting calls from all over, big deals. I remember a big major company called and offered big money for him. And he listened to everybody. When I heard Bob say, one thing, you know, I prefer to be a big fish in a small pond. I couldn't understand that term. I said, Scar, what do you mean by that? So no man, when I'm at Island, I get all the attention. I go on them big label there, them just sign me and shelf me. Because Rick James, Lionel Richie, everything were bossing in that company, you know. So he had that kind of smartness about him. And when the concert came about, it was 2 days at Madison Square Garden, he didn't get even a sound check. Everybody went to the sound check. And they sat there, the Commodores were flying there, the lights and thing, and as an opening act, you know, you have to just take what they dish out for you. As a matter of fact, a lot of people don't know it until this very day. Probably you're the first one to go and tell. Bob actually originally wasn't booked for the show, you know, right? It was a Commodore show, because it was put on by BLS Frankie Crocker, right? But Danny Sims, who used to work with Bob before, came back in the picture, and he cut a deal with Frankie Crocker to put Bob on the show, right? And promotion, right? And And that's so Bob, if you listen to commercial, after it run, it's also had it is Bob Marley and the Wailers, because Bob wanted to use that concert to transcend to the other audience that he never fully grabbed when he did the Apollo the year before. So this was an opportunity because black and whites are coming to the Commodores, who were hot as fire. And I tell you, that night at the show, I witnessed it myself. He didn't get any sound check. So he told everybody, we're not going back to the hotel, you know. We're staying right here, not moving. And he was connecting with all his musicians and everything. And then he got from, I think, 7:30 to 8:30, because there was an artist named Curtis Blow before him. And when he was ready to head to the stage, we couldn't find one of his musicians, Wire, the keyboardist. We couldn't find him. Bob said, let's go. You know, and Bob moved to the stage. Little spot set up in front. Ken Williams introduced him. And you know what he did? He used the first song for his sound check, a song named Natural Mystic, where he started drum and bass, boom, 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 drum and bass, then keyboards, guitars and things. And when he catch a balance, well, as a matter of fact, that show I saw something I never seen before. His #1 engineer is Dennis Thompson, and he's always in the house. But he has a guy named Errol Brown who came from Treasure Isle, and Master introduced to him, a fantastic engineer. His son is Shane Brown now, who managed Popcorn and everything. And he switched now and put Dennis on the monitor and as Errol in the house, because he said once he gets the stage balanced quick, because Dennis knew the sound, balance quick, he can push it out. And he used that first song for the sound check, and when he catch a balance now, boom, and Carly just make that drum roll. And he's going, there's a natural mystic flowing through the air, and you could feel it. That show, Mick Jagger, the old Rolling Stone were there, Earth, Wind and Fire.
Dionne Warwick.
Dionne Warwick. She was there. Everybody came because they said this is a suicide thing Bob is doing. That major rock group from Jersey called him and tell him, said, don't do the show. You're going to get hurt. His publicist came over, Charlie Comer. Bob, please, don't do that show. It's going to hurt your career. And the more they're telling him, says the more he wanted to do it. So when he went to the stage, his keyboard guy over there, and he kicked off. Boom, and start slow. And he was building up. About halfway through the show, somebody came and told me that one of the Bob musicians outside and can't come in, can Bob his laminate. I said, what? So Fitzbattery and Skill Code said to me, go and see who is that. When I went down, it was Wire. Wire gave away his laminate. And you know, Madison Square and Strick. You know, you can't just say, I'm playing with Bob Marley. Plus, worst of all, the Bob is on stage already. And you're not there. So I explained to the guy, you know, that yes, he's part of the band, but he lost his laminate. So what did he? Let him in and send a security with us, you know. And we were rushing now, and just as we go in where the area is, Carly, the drummer, was just rolling off in another song. So Wire took off, pim, running to the stage. Out of nowhere, I saw about a dozen 6-footer, 300-pounders. Security man just came and grabbed him and whap! I have to run to the guy and say, no, he's part of the band. Which damn band? This band been on stage over half an hour. I said, see his keyboard there? And they look and saw an empty keyboard. And Wire get up and go up there. Bob saw it, and Bob him over here, just leave him out and he just sit and he just go on. And I'm standing beside Mick Jagger. And it going. And you see when it went into jamming, and Bob segue into Exodus, and the Carly roll off into Exodus, I see Mick Jagger do a flip in the air, split, and I say, Cope, it's finished now. And when Bob carried Exodus and bring everybody upon a foot, that's the first time I said lighter in the ear. Jamaica never do it yet, right? Lighters in the ear. And when he must scream and him finish, he got 101 in the 45 minutes and come off. And he went back on to do the Could You Be Love, which was the single that he wanted to break. You see when Alan is kick off, and we called this a rap and roller. The whole garden was going like this. I've never seen anything like that yet in my life. Everybody on their feet and is rocking. And when Bob mash it and come off, I said, Dionne, come on. I said, hug. You know, Keith Richards, Mick Jagger, everybody. We're just hugging Bob, Earth, Wind and Fire, everybody. They never seen anything like that. Commodore's at a stage, the white stage that the Bee Gees use, where the keyboard come up the ground, spin around, smoke coming around, lights flying over the place. I remember me, Bob, and him friend named Lip, go out in the crowd, you know, and was watching the show. And people were still shouting for Bob Marley. And one time I saw when they was doing a song named Brick House. Yeah, I think that was the song. And I see the drummer get up. This is the Commodore's drummer. He had a gun and then foot. And the drummer get up and come to the front of the stage and he's off the guns and so pow, pow, pow! You know the garden and they just lick out the lights and you see some lights are fly around and I say, Commodore, and the people and I say, Bob Marley, Bob Marley, Bob Marley. And I stand there and Bob slapped this and I say, yes, I want the seal. I went back into the dressing room and then that was the last show. Well, the second to last show because he did 2 nights there. And then the next one was in Pittsburgh, you know, but he was in New York and from what we heard that he went over to the park to play some football and then he collapsed there. And Danny Sims, who was working in management with him at the time. As a matter of fact, when the show finished at Madison Square Garden, I heard the big whiz from WBLS said to Danny Sims, now he's ready for the big tour. They was going to put him with Stevie Wonder. He and Stevie Wonder was going to tour together, you know, after that Madison Square Garden show. So after he collapsed, you know, and they took him to Sloan Kettering, you know, and then realized the situation then, you know, they decided that, you know, the doctor, Danny Sims told me that the doctor said, you know, listen, he's not going to live anyway, you know, he has only 3 weeks, so, you know, just let the tour keep going until him drop down. And Danny said, no, you can't do that. That is inhuman, you know. So the Pittsburgh show was really like the last show. When they came down, Rich and the girls and everybody down, they suspect something because Bob is always early, you know. Everything in there. When the man tour, he was the first one on the bus. At the venue, he was the first one there. So when they seen him come down, they realized something was wrong, you know. And then when they went down and Desi is in right hand that stay with him cooking food and everything and so on, and tell Desi watch him, you know, and tell Skill watch him because boy, he feel like he may go down and thing, you know. And he did that last show, they said he did a sound check with one song that lasted over an hour. I think it was Lord I Gotta Keep On. I can't remember the exact song, you know, and everybody could feel that something was wrong. Then it wasn't really him. And after the show, it's funny, you know, after the show finished, they canceled the tour. He stayed in New York and he was staying at Danny Sims' house. And then at night, he was down by Ken Williams' club. I was down there with him. I see him dance 3.5 hours straight one night. You know, him does a special night for him at the club. And Ken Williams bringing the Miss Jamaica New York girls to brighten up the place. And the place was nice, he set fruits and everything. And Bob danced spoos, merengue, calypso, ska, everything. As one girl tired him, just took up another one. And I said to them, so I've never seen ska dance. So. And he was dancing. I remember when he came into Ken Williams' office, I sat with him and I said, Ska, how do you feel like what the doctor said? You only have 3 weeks to live. He said, boy, I'm rolling a cone, me call it. If him split them big, he was rolling a cone, you know. I said, boy, I don't even worry about that, you know. I just enjoy life to the fullest. And during that time, before he left for Germany, he went to boxing down at Madison Square Garden. He went to see a play, Your Arms Too Short to Box with God. You know, he went to play on Broadway. He was like, he was just enjoying himself. And when he finished doing the round, he ended up at Club Negril and there till the wee hours before him go home. And then after that, the whole thing started. I remember he lived till the following year, May. You know, so he lived past 3 weeks.
Is there anything that you haven't done that you want to do before you retire?
Honestly, there's many things I wanted to do, and some of them are still gonna do it, you know. I've never gotten into the area of production, producing music, play or something like that, but I have the ability. I know what it takes to do that, you know, and that is one of my desire. Right now I have an offer from a major company in the States. It's an affiliate of CBS about a documentary. When they hear my stories, a documentary, you know, they want to do about my journey in the business, because there's so much things that you don't even hear quarter of them yet. And these are actually incidents that I was privileged to be present and witness, and a lot of them I'm part of, you know. So it's like I couldn't stop. As far as me concerned, this word retirement is not in my category. You know, I don't know that word. I hear it is not for me, because right now I feel like I can go another 20, 30 years at the level that I'm going. So, you know, for my book, rather, I'm putting together a package. We're going to do a book tour. Just go out and sign in book. No. right, I'm going to produce a presentation package called Reggae My Life is Tour in a tribute to my great friend Robbie Shakespeare, because we shared a lot of great moments with Sly and Robbie over the years. So I'm planning to put back the Revolutionaries band together, you know, with Ansel Collins, Sly, Lloyd Parks and them, and then go to a book tour named Reggae My Life is, right, with performances by special artists through that era, you know, in different countries, and the feedback I am getting from it around the world is excellent, you know, and I feel good about it, because these are things that I wanted to accomplish. Because remember, you know, I took the first and only African Sunsplash tour to Africa, you know, right? 130 people from here I took to Africa. Burning Spear, Judy Mott, Chalice, Sly and Robbie, Yellow Man, and we had 2 African groups, King Sunny Ade and Fela Kuti, right, touring Africa under the banner of Reggae Sunsplash. It was an event supposed to be run by Synergy, but 2 weeks before the show, Synergy dropped out because of some differences between Tony Johnson and them. And then everybody come to me and say, you're the most important person to take over this thing. I said, but I'm a one-man. Synergy is a big organization, you know. And then I called Ronnie Burke. I said, Ronnie, what happened? So well, Tony requested certain things before he leave, and they didn't want to do it, so he dropped out. So they said I'm the best person. I hesitated a lot, because the days of going to Africa, you need a lot of things get done, you know. And as Minister Green said at Robbie funeral, after that tour, Robbie came back and trimmed off him dread.
Just one final thing, Copeland, this idea of a reggae month. Do you think it will help to preserve and to deal with some of the problems that you identified?
Yes, you know, I'm happy when they started doing it, and I made a point of duty. Any part of the world I'm at, I always come down for that, to be a part of it. It's great that we can recognize our artists. It gives me an opportunity to speak on platform like this, because I do a lot of PowerPoint presentation around the world, you know, and I enjoy doing that. As a matter of fact, I'm doing that more so now than be managing artists. But I will give advice and things. But doing the PowerPoint presentation, I found it very good and very great, because people learn a lot about the music and the country. So I will do sometimes a 60-minute, 1 hour night. I do it in Australia, in Thailand, you know, and people turn out. Because what hurt me a lot is when we have these conferences and seminars in Jamaica, the artists, them don't come to it, you know. It's most of the time is the lay people, them pull up the place. And this is where you have to come to learn, because the topics that you learn from, you know, so you as an artist can understand the business more, because most of them don't understand that it's 80% business and 20% entertainment, you know, so you need to learn that part. So during Reggae Month, there are opportunities that they can learn from things like what me and you doing here now, and hear some of the stories, so that the wrongs can be right when they come into the picture. They don't have to follow the same route that some of the mistakes that some of the artists made over the years, because a lot of them make a lot of mistakes, but they couldn't help it, because, you know, they didn't have the knowledge and the education. We have one of the greatest things in reggae music, because when you have a music where everybody wants to sing like you, look like you, dance like you, walk like you, talk like you, we have something special. Jamaica is a very special country, you know, and we must nurture it and just let it grow, you know, and cut down from the present situation with violence and things is concerned, because we can make it a better place, you know. And Jamaica is my home. I don't care if I have 10 different passports in 10 different countries. This is where it's at. This is where I grew. This is where I was born, and it's always been my blood. And thanks to you Jamaican people who supported me over the years in every aspect and respect.
Copeland Forbes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. And I hope I can do more like this, because I'm a good talker, you know. Sometimes
we see that.
Yeah.
You're welcome, sir.
Jamaica, the land of Bob Marley, Marcus Messiah Garvey, Usain Bolt, and of course, Reggae Month, the only month-long reggae music festival on planet Earth, where something reggae happens every day in the month of February, ranging from mega reggae concerts, reggae award ceremonies, and educational symposia on reggae. February is Reggae Month. Reggae Month is February, when Jamaica invites the world to come to Mecca, Reggae Mecca, and come catch the rhythm like no place else on earth, only in Jamaica.
And that's how I made to give him the door. Read, I'm delighted. Jano say my passion ignited. Party music get me excited. I'm coming like a boat.
Who are fans of reggae music, just come out and support Reggae Month. Whatever we're doing, whatever we're keeping, just come out and support us. Because this is Jamaica and this is where reggae is from.
It is Reggae Month. Make sure you come out and celebrate in every Reggae Month event. A feel music, it is massive. It is powerful. Come out and celebrate Reggae Month.
It's the Bob Marley 79th birthday celebrations, and you are invited to be a part of it. All roads will lead to Emancipation Park, Tuesday, February 6th, Bob Marley Day, for a musical tribute to Bob with some of reggae's biggest ambassadors. Luciano, Warrior King, Munga Honorable, Jamil, Nadine Sutherland, Christopher Ellis, Slash, Esco Levi, Sugar, Jafabio from Mexico, David Carroll from France, and the mystic revelations of Rastafari. That's a musical tribute to Bob. Emancipation Park, Bob Marley Day, Tuesday, February 6, 7 p.m. Come on out in your numbers to salute the king of reggae. It will be a natural mystic live on PBCJ.
Jamaica, the land of Bob Marley, Marcus Messiah Garvey, Usain Bolt, and of course, Reggae Month, the only month-long reggae music festival on planet Earth, where something reggae happens every day